What's up, guys? It's Devin Harrington, the average Gen Xer. Welcome back to my channel, where today we're talking about Alexandra Rodriguez. And we're going to head over to the subreddit that bears her name and see what the good people over there have to say about Alex's behavior recently. Now, Alex is a longtime YouTuber. She has been on YouTube since 2011. She has never had another job that we know of. And she has made a pretty penny doing YouTube, but she has been on too long and she does some questionable things, and she is on the line of where YouTube is getting to with demonetizing influencers who manipulate their image. All of that is to say, she's pregnant with her second child, and it's a girl. And if you have spent any time watching the Alex plus size lifestyle saga, you know that she has spent her life praying for a baby girl. So she lost her entire mind finding out that it was a girl, and then was so excited. And then somewhere along the 4-month mark, something changed. Of course, Alex is in the business of pretending that her life is perfect. So she hasn't said anything about that, but the people of Reddit are speculating, and a lot of them really know what they're talking about. So let's head over there and see what people are saying about why Alex has suddenly gone very quiet about her pregnancy. But first, on every video on this channel, I take a second to encourage all animal lovers out there. Please consider fostering or volunteering on site for your local animal shelter or rescue. This is little Miss Ella, and she didn't give me a hard time about picking her up today. She's doing okay. She's been fetching. She loves to fetch. And if you don't know, this is my current foster, and she was one of 50 dogs pulled from a hoarding case. So she's kind of traumatized, but she's getting so much better. Huh? You're doing so good. Yes. She might even wag her tail one of these days. So if you love animals, please consider doing your little bit to help save the world. Volunteer or foster for your local animal shelter or rescue. Do it for the animals. Thanks. Okay, so first post is from user Rough Citron. Not excited for baby girl? This picture of Alex looks like a still from the video, so who knows what kind of filter trickery is on it, but look at the brown around her eyes and around her neck, and those are usually markers of diabetes. So Rough Citron says, her energy just seems off about the whole pregnancy. It's strange, in my opinion. It's not just in this moment. It's in almost all her moments regarding it. But it's weird when you just casually see it being off in every vlog. Revolutionary Bag responded, she looks so unwell. Her eyes are brown all around. Yep. Disastrous option, diabetes. Enigma Mom, iron deficiency, but I'm sure her doctor told her and is monitoring it. Revolutionary Bag, maybe why she has to get more frequent blood work. Oh, that could be. Alex has had to get more blood work recently. She did tell us that. And she also claims to have no idea why they need more blood. She's just traipsing along her merry way, eating Greek yogurt bagels. Enigma Mom, that could be, and I hope against hope she's listening and taking her pills, though she really should be getting infusions by now from the looks of her. Personal experience, I'm also iron deficient, pernicious anemia, and had infusions throughout my pregnancy with both my boys. The pill form of iron did nothing for me. So for me, infusions are lifelong. Wow. I get a couple of hours every other week of peace and pampering. Wow. That's pretty wild. I've never been anemic or anything like that, but I know people who are, and it's pretty scary. It can be very debilitating. All the X-weight said, I don't know, I was just pregnant with my third and severely anemic, and my eyes didn't turn brown. Ungodly tired and unexplainably weak? Yes, but no brown eyes. That's 100% diabetes related. Yeah, I'm gonna, in my completely unprofessional opinion, as I am an expert in nothing, I'm gonna say diabetes. It does look like that shade of brown, velvety look. Um, Enigma Mom responded, "Yes, but this is Alex. She never eats healthy, which I'm sure you do. Not much iron in all that processed junk food she gorges on. I can usually tell how low I get from the shades around my eyes when I'm completely tapped out of iron. I look like Ricky Raccoon, or if I just went 10 rounds in Punch Out. It could be a mix. She's more than likely T2D, but again, oh, type 2 diabetes. But again, we will never know since she will never let on, right? She could be type 2 diabetic already because of her weight, but she has never said. I don't know. I don't think she is. But you never know with Alex. See, that's the problem. And this is the reason why this particular YouTuber has garnered so many snark channels that call out her lies and point out the stupid shit she does and are all clamoring to get YouTube to demonetize her. That's all we want. Not too much to ask. Gloomy Art said, "Something is very off here." Positive Start 9964, "She's going to end up in the psych ward, I'm telling you." Oh my God. Laughing Buddha, "Oh, the postpartum depression, anxiety, psychosis is brewing." Now, these folks are joking about it, obviously. Postpartum, I cannot fathom why the fuck we haven't grown out of that evolutionarily, you know? Like, how does a species go on if the moms have babies and then are subject to get depressed or anxious or psychotic? I don't understand how this can happen. It's really wild. Um, and so I'm not wishing that on Alex, but she does have a big chance that something like that will pop up. Every time somebody says postpartum psychosis, I think of Andrea Yates, which was here in Texas. If you don't know who Andrea Yates was, I'll leave it to Google to surprise you. Disastrous option. Good. She needs some humbling. Ha ha. Okay, so Grim Pontiff jumped in to say, "I have a theory about why Alex doesn't seem that excited for her little girl. I think there's something going on with her pregnancy that she's not telling us that's way more than just placenta previa." And that is a condition where the placenta blocks the cervix. It is not uncommon, but it's, you don't want to get it. And Alex has that. And as usual, she acts like, oh, whatever, I don't even know what that is. No big deal. Because she was super excited for the first little bit after her announcement and gender reveal. But she suddenly stopped really talking about the baby or even mentioning her. When she stopped talking about it is usually around the time when the doctors do an amniocentesis to test for genetic conditions. And I think that maybe the results weren't what she wanted. My other thought is that the blood test she had to tell them the sex of the baby was wrong, and it's actually a boy, so she's lost all excitement for this baby. The test has a failure rate of about 1% after 10 weeks, but if we're being real, I think she had that test way earlier than she should have. Those are both viable options. I would tend to believe the first one, that there's something up with her pregnancy, and doctors have said something upsetting to her. But who knows, really? Alex's whole gig is pretending everything is perfect. Okay, the comments on this, Data Aggravating said, "I don't think I could go on pretending online." Yeah, I couldn't either. I mean, if I was a vlogger and I was pregnant with a girl that I had wanted my whole life, and then I find out something is wrong, I would have to tell the vlog. I mean, we're like her only friends. Anyway, Data Aggravating goes on, "Having a baby is as close as a woman comes to death. Alex stresses herself out by pretending to live this unproblematic life. Everything has to be like the movies or a moment. There's no way she could be that size and not have issues that have to be monitored. She is very high risk. And the OP responded, that's why I think there's more going on, like maybe gestational diabetes, which we all know she would never admit to having. Sagittarius 1, great comment. You're right. No one lives an unproblematic life except Alex. Yeah. She does seem to be completely out of touch with the world. She's living like it's 2015, with her get ready with me and her makeup and her clothing hauls and all of this bullshit that she's done ad nauseum. That's why I always say she's been on too long. She needs to get off of YouTube and go raise her kids. The Get Up Kid said she had a recent anatomy scan which would have confirmed the sex. In terms of the other piece, I personally think she is lazy, tired, and doesn't want to acknowledge that her health and weight is a huge risk factor to her and the baby. She has significantly downplayed the placenta previa, and doesn't talk much about it because obesity is a risk factor, including increasing the risk of maternal morbidity. To not be able to lift over 20 pounds during pregnancy is a huge deal. Yeah, she's going to end up on bed rest, I would imagine, to get to the end. But yeah, she's been told she can't lift over 20 pounds. Most women would express concern or worry about that. Alex has a pattern of micro-focusing on irrelevant small things while downplaying bigger things. Nice observation. She was more upset that her dirty soda didn't taste good. Yeah, she sure was. And the OP responded, it's true, that's true. She'd just always been so dishonest about her health and all of that. So my spidey sense is going off that there's something else that she's hiding. And finally, Psychological Aid posted this 5 days ago and said she's not going to be able to handle the complications of this pregnancy and delivery. I am a week and a half out from my own delivery from a very complicated pregnancy. I had placenta previa like Alex, but also accreta, where the placenta grows into the universe. The placenta grows into the uterus and won't detach after birth, leading to hemorrhage. Imagine how many women have bled to death after going through the fucking labor and delivery. Imagine how many young girls have broken their pelvises trying to give birth to a baby so some guy has an heir. And then she gets through that but bleeds to death because she had placenta previa. I am just like mortally insulted for the entire female race. Oh my God. She goes on. No risk factors, just unlucky. Everything about this birth went textbook perfect, given the circumstances, and I had to have a hysterectomy. It had been a hard recovery, and baby girl is in the NICU due to being 5 weeks premature and struggling to feed. This has been the hardest 10 days of my life. Intense surgery recovery, plus daily multi-hour NICU visits, pumping around the clock, plus having 2 older little kids at home. It is so much. How is the woman who had to get her nails done a week postpartum for quote-unquote normalcy going to handle any of this? Yeah, that's a good point. The first vlog she posted after Anderson was born, and it was literally like he'd been in the world less than a week, and she's got him with Nancy, and the newborn is in the stroller or whatever, and she's shopping at Target, Home Goods. Like, I was astounded. Yeah, so how is she going to handle a newborn and a toddler? Because I don't think her husband can afford not to work anymore. I don't know. I pray her baby doesn't need extra care because she will absolutely be the one to suffer. Ugh. Is Alex going to sacrifice every day to go visit her baby and hold her skin to skin for hours? Is she going to wake up every 3 hours during the night to pump? How much more will she justify neglecting Anderson because of everything going on? Oh, yeah, I didn't even think of that. My God. I'm an oldest child. I should have thought of that. Okay. She goes on. And don't even get me started on Yar. I feel like he just won't be there at all because this wasn't a part of his contract. With the state of parental leave in this country, a lot of dads get basically no time off work, although he does work for the school district, a school district in Rhode Island, which is deeply blue, so he may have a few weeks off. I have seen so many dads in the NICU at 9 p.m. at night because it's the only time they can get there after working all day, helping their partners recover, taking care of other kids, and still showing up because their baby is who matters. I don't see Yar doing that. Yeah, you could save yourself all that trouble by not even having children. I mean, just saying. You could have puppies instead. Much easier, much less trouble. Puppies don't need to go to college. She goes on, I really hope I'm wrong, and I hope her daughter is perfectly healthy from the jump. If not, I hope we see a whole new side of her and that she wakes up and steps up for once. But that's not very likely. I know she reads in here, so I hope she sees this and decides to actively be a mom this time and maybe put the daughter that she just had to have before herself. Funky Petal said, I'm wishing you the absolute best. You are a very brave woman. Few Classroom, I'm so sorry you're going through this. I'm wishing you and your family all the best and a smooth recovery to you and the baby, sending all the healing vibes your way. That experience. First, I'm so sorry you had to go through that trauma and happy your baby and you are doing okay and wish you both speedy recovery. Second, Big Dukers is the biggest liar and deceiver. She claims she had all these problems postpartum. And when did she admit to it? Like a year after the fact. Same with her blood clot, fupa chop, etc., etc. Yeah. If you are unaware somehow, Alex had a literal tummy tuck years ago. And people kept saying, wow, your stomach's so flat. And she told them it was from targeted weight loss due to Weight Watchers. And, however long later had to fess up. So she is that level of deceptive. Instead of using her story to help and inform women, she lies, hides things, puts on the Stepford wife makeup, then plays martyr way after the fact. Any movie, yeah, she'll never be honest. She fakes everything as if it's all rainbows and then tries to talk about reality whenever she needs to play the victim or thinks she can benefit from it. And MMG 1617, hey, I haven't seen you in here in a while. She literally looked right into the camera during her first Q&A and said the first week she had some baby blues, but everything else was light and positive. And then she later said in her video titled, I haven't been honest with you, clickbaity as fuck. She later said it was hard and he had colic. And that experience responded 100% a liar. And that is 100% correct. And that is one of many reasons why I cannot understand why she's still on. Because she lies to her viewers and then tells them about it later. Like, as if the world isn't fake enough. Right now, people watch vlogs because they want to see other people's lives. It's a common human curiosity. But if you're faking everything, there's no substance. And that's the thing with Alex. There's no substance to her. There's nothing interesting about her because she's so fake. And that is what I have for you today, guys. So let me know down in the comments. Do you think that there's something up with Alex's second pregnancy that she's not letting on in her vlogs? Or do you think we're all just a bunch of conspiracy theorists and we're just making shit up? It's hard to tell with Alex, But in any case, if you like this video, please like it, hype it, leave comments, and do subscribe to the channel, all the cool YouTube-y things. And I thank everyone who stops by to hear me talk shit on the internet. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much.